I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be doing a critique of the album art of Metallica albums. I was thinking of doing this as a ranking first, but no, I'm going to be doing it in chronological order just because I'm not ranking these. I'm just talking about art. I'm talking about the design and my thoughts on them. I'm not really going to be talking about the music at all, or maybe I will just a little bit, but it's mostly just album art and the images, the feelings they convey, the color schemes, all that good stuff. So let me get right into the first one. So the first album is Kill 'Em All, released in 1983, and I like this one because it's a simple color scheme. It's basically black, red, white, and the design of the image in the middle just creates a lot of mystery because it kind of appears somebody has killed somebody. Maybe they struck him in the head with a hammer. You know, you see the hand, you see the hammer. You don't know if the hand is from the person who died or the person who did the killing, and then the blood splatter and all that. And the way it's shown, it's kind of like on a piece of glass. Maybe the person was killed next to a window or under a glass table. So it evokes a lot of mystery, and I think that's what's effective about this album cover. Also, the blood splatter kind of creates this weird kind of like Rorschach test the image, and people can see different things in it. So it's very good. I think the design of the album was very effective. Also, because the original album cover was going to be called like "Metal Up Your Ass" and it was like a knife coming out of the toilet, but that one was kind of cheesy in hindsight. I think like this one aged a lot better. Next is Ride the Lightning. One very good because it's based on one color, the color blue. And I know there are some pressings with like the green color, but this one, the blue color really works. It's very cold. And it ties in with one of the songs called Trapped Under Ice as well. And also ties together two different concepts. We have a thunderstorm, but then you look closer, you see a chair in the middle, and then maybe you don't know what the chair is at first, and then you look a little again, and you see it's an electric chair. So when you look at the album, you kind of put those two concepts together, and you think to yourself, "Oh, it's pretty cool." Tying the lightning together with the electric chair. It's really cool. No complaints about this. Maybe they could have made the electric chair a little bigger in the middle, but I don't know if that would have taken away of like the mystery of it. So again, another great album cover. Next is Master of Puppets from 1986. This one's very good because they're basically taking two of the songs and they're putting images together. Because you got the top half, the image with the puppet strings, that's like the Master of Puppets song, and the bottom half with the gravestones and the soldier's helmet, and that's representative of disposable heroes. So I like it's kind of balanced. They use lots of colors based on the brown, orange, and yellow. So it has a fall season feeling to it, kind of like the trees withering. It's kind of like that. A little cold. It's a little dark. You got the sunrise in the back, so your eye focuses right on the center of the image, and then you can see everything around it. So there's another great album cover. Next is the 598 EP Garage Days Revisited. It's a photograph. It's kind of distorted. This is the first time you see all four band members on the album cover, and they have like these like crazy faces, like especially Lars with those crazy eyes, and it makes you think you're in an asylum or something. But you look closer, and I don't know, it kind of looks like a bathroom. But anyway, as far as album covers, it's okay. It's good. This is has the band on the cover, and I think like if I have to make a complaint is that the logo and the title are very small. They're off to the corner, kind of hard to see. Maybe they could have made them a little brighter, bigger, made them pop out a little bit. But otherwise, really good album cover. Next is And Justice for All from 1988, and this one's good because it works with a gray tone. So you got the green logo up top, you got the Lady Liberty being taken down, so it's a very powerful image. Maybe they could have used a little bit more color on this one. Like maybe they could have made the background a little darker, and that would have made the Lady Liberty like, kind of like pop out a little more. But again, these are just minor complaints. It's a really good album. Next is the self-titled Metallica or the Black Album, and doesn't really have much going on. I know the music is good, but I'm not talking about the music. I'm talking about the cover, and it's just black. It's been done before. AC/DC did it. They did it in the movie Spinal Tap. You got the snake in the shape of a coil, and then you have the logo in the top corner, and you can kind of barely see it. So they tried making something very iconic, and it is, but not very original. So on to the next one. Next is Load from 1996, and Sound March pretty cool. It's abstract art, black and white and red, and the kind of image you don't really know what's going on, and you look at it closely and you kind of try to see things and maybe try to figure it out. But if you know like the history behind it, it kind of ruins it because basically it was made with blood and semen. I mean, they paid some guy to jack off on a paint palette. It's kind of nasty, and knowing that you probably don't like it. So let me move on. And next is Reload from 1997, and I don't know what Metallica had with body fluids in the 90s, but it's a mixture of blood and urine, and again, it's kind of nasty. As far as color composition, it's effective. You get the three colors very balanced. The yellow stands out about the red. Yellow and red are two colors that work very well in art, but it's because of what it is, and there's not really much going on, but that's all on the Garage Inc. And one of those covers where you see the band, and it's good. It's the last album with Jason Newsted, so at least he makes it on the cover, and you got the guys dressed up as mechanics, and then it's like a black and white with the blue like shade to it. It's pretty cool. It's effective. Not really much else I could say about it. It's pretty good lighting. They use natural sunlight, so that creates some great like nice contrasts. But otherwise, it's just decent. Next is Saint Anger, and this is the album people criticize because of the music. But as far as the art is concerned, I think it's pretty good. The album art, I think this is the only one that doesn't have the logo on it or any writing. It's like a comic book art. It's pretty cool. Got the clenched fist with the ropes tied around the wrist, so that kind of, it has a very like strong message. I like that it has that orange theme. It stands out. It's bright. I think it's pretty good album art, and it looks good. The music is not great, but as far as the artwork, I think it's a good album cover. Next is Death Magnetic from 2008. Another album cover similar to Ride the Lightning, where they kind of take two concepts, they put them together with the idea of death with a coffin in the middle, and then the idea of a magnet, which it appears to be like filaments being attracted to this object in the middle. It's good. It's a black and white cover. I think as far as the logo is concerned, they could have made it maybe a different color to make it pop out a little more. And the words Death Magnetic, they could have made it a little darker because it does kind of get lost in the white background, but otherwise it's a decent cover. Next is Lulu, and this one is, I guess it's pretty good because you got the top half of the mannequin and like the woman's head is very realistic. And it's an oil painting, kind of has that classical kind of style to it. The album title is, I don't know, I guess it feels like they wrote it in like 2 seconds, but with a paintbrush. I don't know what they're trying to convey with that, but it's okay, nothing special. I've actually never even listened to this album anyway, so I don't really know how it ties into the music. But as far as art is concerned, it's okay. Next is Hardwired Self-Destruct. This one's very good. I mean, you got a lot of color in the middle. The concept is not original at all. Other bands have done this. You got Crowbar did it, Queen did it, but you still got a lot of mystery going on because you have multiple faces in the middle, and it's a kind of album cover you can like look at, see all the different faces. You try to pick out who is who. You kind of see James in the middle, you kind of see Lars up top, and then there's like this demonic face on the left hand side. So it's kind of interesting. It's the kind of album cover you can kind of like look at for a while and just try to like pick out what you see. I mean, given it's not original, but as far as the color scheme, it just works very well. You got the colorful center on a white background, and I think that's very effective. And last is 72 Seasons. This one will be coming out next year on April 14th, 2023. And I don't like it that much. I haven't heard the music, so it's kind of like hard to critique it because I haven't heard the music, but it's just very yellow. It's just the idea, it's just yellow and black. You got the different objects spread across the floor. And maybe if I listen to the music first, it might kind of like tie into like what all the objects are and what the meaning of it is. But you got the crib in the middle as well. And I do know the 72 seasons, the whole idea of like the 72 seasons of the first 18 years of your life. So that has something to do with like the crib. But I think like the design, I think it just needs more color. Even the M logo in the corner, I don't know. That I probably would have preferred one of like a more old school logo, like in the middle with some more color. I wouldn't wanted some more like of the color red. I think the color red would have worked well on this cover, just to contrast with the black and the yellow. Because Metallica usually, I think when like with Kill 'Em All, when I said the three colors work well, and now it's they're just working with two colors, and it seems a little simple, but I don't know. I need to listen to the music, and then I'll give my thoughts on it again when I do my final review when this comes out in April. So that's all. Something different. I think it's a cool idea. And if you enjoyed this video, you want me to do more album art critiques on different bands, let me know in the comments. The next one I want to do is Iron Maiden discography, because that's a really good one to talk about. And I can basically do any metal band as far as talking about album art, because there's so many, and metal album art is always very good. So that's all, and I'll see you in the next one.